It's always great to see our friend Kurt Kendrick from Arctic Food Equipment. So good to see you. I'm so glad you showed up and not the robot, because that would be hard to interview the robot.
He's difficult to talk to.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
you can program him to say what you want.
That's
so
so true,
I guess
though.
you could have
That's
whatever
right.
kind of conversation you wanted.
That's been pretty lonely.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That's desperate if that's your only interview source.
That's true.
So what's going on in Arctic?
Well, we've made a few changes that we wanted to talk about and share with everybody today. You know, the whole climate has changed in the work world from all of that's been going on. And we just sort of realized that people want more time with their families now. That became more important as we got to spend more time for a while, and people realized, you know, this is better than having to be at work so much. So we have changed our work schedules for our techs and stuff. They're now working 4 10-hour days, so they get 3-day weekends. That also allowed us to change their on-call time to only a day at a time instead of a whole week of call. That is also going to, in turn, make it available for our clients to receive service 7 days a week from 8 to 5 without overtime.
Wow.
So no more having to call on a Friday and say, oh, this is down, but no, I don't want to pay overtime for it to be fixed on Saturday or Sunday, so I guess we'll have to wait till Monday. That also frees our schedule up a lot, because you had a lot of that stacking on Fridays and Mondays of people that didn't want to have to pay the overtime for a weekend call. We still will have the 24/7 emergency call services available, so that'll still remain the same, but now you can have the benefit of getting work done on a weekend, especially if you're doing a bigger project in-house that you need to close for a couple days. That will give you more options.
That's a win-win for everybody.
Oh, it is.
Isn't it? That's great.
It's a win for your employees and your clients.
Exactly right, and that's sort of how we looked at it when we sat down and discussed all of it, and everybody sort of saw it the same too. So it's going to work out well for everybody. We are still hiring for techs as well. If there's anybody out here who is interested in that, nice 4-day work week.
Yes, great job to have, guys. If you're interested.
Great company to work for.
Absolutely.
Kind people.
Oh, yeah.
You get to service all of the places that you love here in town, which is also nice to keep them going for everybody else who enjoys them as well.
Where do you recommend, let's say somebody's watching, and let's say somebody has like a family member that wants to get involved with this industry. I know you guys have been partnering with the local college too to get techs. Yes,
so our owner taught at OTC for quite some time. They have an excellent program there. We also, at times, will go ahead and take on somebody who is in the program, so they, as they are getting their education, can be learning on the job too, to some extent. And that has worked out well for us. So we are trying to foster a relationship there between us and Ozarks Technical Community College's program for HVAC and everything, and it is working out.
That saves time too,
because it does.
They're going to school, they're learning the basics, and then you would teach them what needs to be known for your.
And everybody in every industry knows that sometimes it's better to get somebody right out of the gate before they learn those bad habits that are harder to break and get them to stop doing things that, like, you know, that's not how we really do it, so we need you to not. But if they don't have those bad habits up front, it makes it easier for getting into the mindset of how the company runs.
Exactly.
Doesn't that make a difference too, especially with this industry, getting that hands-on real life experience with clients? I think you learn more like
I agree.
On the job.
I agree. I worked in the emergency room for a decade, and you can do all the book stuff in the world. But until you have it in front of your face to deal with the stress load of it and everything that's involved, it's a wholly different situation.
Yeah, they don't teach that in school.
No, and I've always felt that learning through doing is the best way. And also teaches you a little bit about, you're going to fail sometimes. You are. If you're not failing, you're really not trying hard enough.
That is true.
You know?
Is true.
But Kurt, I watched Grey's Anatomy for like 10 seasons. I feel like I know my way around an ER.
Right.
Just kidding.
Exactly. Very dramatic. Lots of chest cracking, which really doesn't go on in the ER very frequently.
like, not at all.
And not at all. You
But
better be doing OR by then.
Yeah.
But continued education is good in a lot of fields. You
It
know, You get
is.
out of school, you learn the basics, then you've got to.
It
that's
is.
when you really start learning.
And fields with technical things
Yeah.
like equipment and stuff are constantly changing. They change the refrigerants for environmental reasons. We've moved to new refrigerants in the past 5 to 8 years that are safer for the environment and disposal-wise. So there's constantly moving and changing parts in
Yeah.
these industries. And then, of course, all that's been going on with Corona has changed operations
Yeah.
within how companies operate and manage everything as well. So
Yeah.
we're trying to take all that to heart and make changes that are best for our employees, that are best for our clients, and it's working out pretty well.
3-day weekend, guys. That sounds pretty awesome.
Pretty good, Kurt.
I know. I'm
jealous.
the rest of us that work in the office don't have that.
Don't have that.
So I'm like, where's my
Maybe
3-day
you should
weekend?
apply for a technical job.
I know.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Kurt.
you.
Thank
It's
you
always good to
guys
see
for
you.
having me. Have a
Okay.
great day.
Guys, we'll be back. Don't go away. Right after this.
Yeah, there's